Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, here on Dork Tales. I'm your Dungeon Master Kelly. I'm using those he and him pronouns, and hey, folks, I'm excited to be getting back into this tonight as you descend further into the tunnel system. I don't know, it's not really that exciting in name, but it will take you to the City of Lost Names. We have a lot of exciting things that we're going to be doing tonight, and we need to hop into that. But before we do, we need to say hello to this intrepid cast. Let's go around in a big circle, starting with Christine. Hey, Christine.
Hello, I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I'm playing Kelara Vingard, who is our human cleric of Mystical.
Nice. Over to Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris. I use he, him, and they pronouns, and I'm playing Godfrey Highvalor, the wannabe Knight of Solamnia, also known as Solamnia's ass.
In the reclined position, it's Robin.
Hi, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, as does Rizira Moonbrush, our lovely squashbuckling?
Squashbuckler.
She's a squashbuckler now, after last
She's a
session.
squashbuckler now. Kender Rogue. And yes, you'll see I'm slightly leaned, is because I rolled both of my ankles really bad at work yesterday. Both of them at the same time. So I'm in a position where my feet are up and slightly at an angle on my desk.
So you're just playing it casual today.
I'm playing it casual, just gonna like lean back and take it easy.
Don't drop your dice.
Yeah.
The mandatory parkour at your workplace needs to stop.
Yeah.
Parkour.
Also,
So yes.
in this case, literally, if you drop your dice, they're gone forever.
They're gone
Oh,
forever.
they are. They're gone forever. I dropped some painkillers in the bathroom floor before game, and I was just like, no, I'm not getting those.
Robin, don't
So-
drop D4s, because can you imagine your ankles and then stepping on a D4 and having to do the D4 dance?
No, I don't want to picture that. Go.
Just don't do it. Don't do it.
No.
Uppies.
You know what? Let's go.
Uppies.
Uppies always.
Always uppies. All right, over to Cal.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cal. I am Neo Cal in the chat. I use he, him pronouns, and I am playing Aurontiros Caledon, the Qualinesti elf bard from the College of Lore, who uses all the pronouns. And
Nice.
I look forward to remembering that I am lucky this evening with you all.
You need to set aside tokens or something.
That's a good idea.
You
I
have
have
what?
sticky notes everywhere
sticky
telling me
notes
what
everywhere?
to do.
You have attention deficit disorder, Cal. Sticky notes don't do anything. All they do is you put them out, and then it's like, well,
They do something for the first time when you have them out there, and then eventually
I
they
feel
blend into
really
the
called
atmosphere.
out because I have 11 sticky notes everywhere, and boy, is that
okay,
true.
All right, hold on. Do you want to do this? Where's my
Yeah.
pen? Where's my
Yes.
pen?
Oh no! I
Okay.
stopped.
Are you going to turn
I
the
stopped
camera and
doing
show us
sticky
all the useless sticky notes hanging around? Oh,
Oh, they fell out.
what is this a memento box of sticky notes?
These are all the sticky notes I put away before I went traveling. And that is not including these.
Wow.
Yeah.
All
what
of
I've
them
done,
are
I
important.
just built myself a tracker sheet for all the things that the brackets is where I put the number I can have up to, like as it changes as you level. And then I just do hash marks next to it as I use them with pencil.
For those who
to-
are listening via podcast, I just held up a stack of sticky notes that was about 80 deep.
I just
Yeah.
want to mention, just a little digression. The chat is going off about D4 caltrops as well. And somebody mentioned Sorcerer Sanguine mentioned metal ones, and I've actually like hopped out of my bed as a teenager and landed on my metal D4 and pierced the bottom of my foot with it.
Well,
And that got you out of
They're-
military service.
even making new styles of metal dice that are like they curve in and go back up into a point. Like they are extra caltropy.
No, no, it is
And
not
I've
a
looked at those
pleasant.
and gone, that makes all the dice in that set caltropy.
It's, yeah, but I like jumped out of bed and like just mess on the floor, dice everywhere, and it's worse than Lego.
Nice. And speaking of something that's better than Lego, let's pass it over to Jen.
Am I? Am I really?
I mean, you're better than some
Yes.
Lego sets.
Nah.
Lego's
Eh.
pretty good though.
Lego's pretty good.
Lego's pretty good.
Hi, I'm Jen. I use she, her pronouns, and I play Hazeal Nightgranite, our dwarven lunar sorcerer who has all the spells except for tonight because we've used so many spells.
It is true. But it's not like we are pretty much halfway, not even halfway through a dungeon. So it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. Folks, that's the Intrepid cast for tonight. I also need to do a big thank you because tonight we are sponsored by the lovely, the amazing, the wonderful, the tempestuous, if that's a word, Bookwyrm Games. Bookwyrm Games is the receptacle for all Dice Dragon hordes. So hey, Dice Dragons, Bookwyrm Games has 168 different types of dice, or more at this point. All types from acrylic to resin, metal to liquid core, even actual gemstones like their World of Darkness inspired sets. You can get dice bags to hold your hordes, trays that'll ensure you're rolling safely, and you can even engage all senses while gaming with candy dice and themed scented candles. You can check out their 5-set mystery boxes or even a mystical item monthly subscription for fun surprises every month. 10% off if you use code DorkTales on checkout. And not only that, but they have some familiars coming to their site very soon, if they're not already out. So you should go to their site right now, bookwyrmgames.com. That's bookworm like a dragon. Go and visit Chester the Bookworm and buy some dice using code DorkTales to save 10%. If you do, let me know. We're on the honor system here, so if you buy anything from Bookwyrm, I will double your channel point values that you spend. So if you want to buy Hurt the Moors, you get 2 Hurt the Moors for the price of 1. Just let me know, send me a message, and yeah, enjoy. This also works on experience points for Mage the Ascension games and other World of Darkness games. So be sure to do that. Also, if you were interested, Quest Chest, the Bookwyrm Games Kickstarter, is now accepting late backers. You can go to questchest.info or you can go to Kickstarter and search Quest Chest for this fully system agnostic module with wax-toothed letters, metal coins, candles, actual tea, as well as narrated voiceover and music to set the scene. You can use that as a fantastic mix between a homebrew module, a escape room, and a little bit of like, a little bit of a parlor LARP all in one bag, all in one box, technically, all in one chest. It contains wax letters, metal coins, as I said, but also secrets that hide in plain sight with ciphers to decode and puzzles for your players to figure out. The first 2 boxes are on Bookwyrm's website, which means you can use that code DorkTales to save 10%, or you can go pick up 5 more, plus some stretch goals over at Kickstarter. Thank you so much, Bookwyrm Games, for being our sponsor. We love you very much. And anything else that we need to talk about before we head into game? I think we're about good. Robin, you've talked about being broken. Okay. The other thing
that sorry if I wince or anything, if I move. Game isn't bad or anything. It's just, movement hurts anything. Ankles are important, apparently.
All of us often broken adults understand.
Yeah.
Do you take your breakfast ibuprofen?
Hot boy.
I took my dinner
I've
ibuprofen.
taken
I feel called out.
I've taken so much drugs today to try and not be in pain.
Prescription, over-the-counter drugs, and so on. Legal drugs, Twitch, don't demonetize me any more than you already do. All right, so folks, we're going to be hopping into game right now. Thank you so much for tuning in to Dork Tales. Last time on Shadow of the Dragon Queen, you all continued on your quest from Wind's End. You proceeded to go through the ancient tunnels beneath the city of lost names. There you discovered that these old tunnels were actually tied to some type of ruin system. An ancient structure that had existed, well, potentially, from the fall of that great city. You also found that there were some badly sleeping, dead dragon bones embedded in the walls. Some of them tried to reach out to you, tried to possess you, tried to control you. Others simply attempted to lash out and destroy you. You made it further and further into this dungeon, at one point coming up directly against a green slod after defeating it alongside of several draconic skeletons, you caught your breath and prepared to adventure onward, which is where we ended last game. So, let's pick up there. You find yourselves...
Actually, short rest.
You have not short rested. As far as I know, you did not short rest right at the end.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because my hit dice
We didn't at the
are...
end. We did 1 10-minute during.
Yeah,
last
because
episode.
there
Yes,
was.
but I was searching, so I definitely did not use that. But I
Yes,
was
the others
repeating
did because I was
after.
casting Prayer of Healing.
which
Yeah,
is 10
so
minutes.
Riz and
Yeah.
Kelara didn't, but the other 3 of us did.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. You did when that was the end. That was
Of
right
the
for the break
golem
last
fight.
episode.
Yes, that was when I found the wine.
The wine, and
then
you turned blue.
purple for.
And you are now back to normal after vomiting out the blue.
Yee.
So you're good.
Oh.
All right. So you find yourselves in this corridor where a moment before it had been flooded with these horrible draconic skeletons. The tunnel in front of you was once full of the sound of rattling bones. And now you can see that this southern tunnel leads down to that flooded tavern, Riz, that you had swam into through the collapsed rubble. What do you all do? You catch your breath. The slot is dead on the ground from Riz's critical hit.
Yeah. All right, I snuck attack. I did
You
the
did.
sneaks with the crits.
And then also Aurontiros did his first fireball. And it was just a monumental day
Right,
for
that's
everybody.
why I got. That's why
Or
I got
second fireball.
I got singed. That's right. Because I was invisible.
All right. So, looking
Riz would
at...
like to loot the body, the slot,
Yep.
see if there's anything there of note.
You will find that... Let me see if anything survived. 1 second. Okay. As you loot the Slod's body, most of it is partially singed, waterlogged, covered in blood. There's nothing really worthwhile on his body, but he does have a pretty cool stick. His walking stick that he used to throw fire. You're not sure if you can get it to throw fire, but it's a pretty cool walking stick.
How tall is it compared to Riz? Is it taller than Riz?
It is taller than Riz. This is definitely like
Huh.
if Riz was like holding onto Gandalf's staff.
Amazing. That's an image. Riz is gonna be like. So, this is the thing that I cast fire out of. I don't know if it stores fire, like how my wand stores that magic, but Hazeal, Aurontiros, Kelara, you guys are magic-y stuff people. And if you want this,
What is it?
Yeah, maybe take a look.
I mean, it's his stuff. He may have just been like a focus or something, but
Now, I don't have Identify, but can I make like an Arcana check on
Totally.
just to
Totally.
see if I
And Riz, if you're going to check the body, go ahead and
investigation.
yep, make me an investigation on the body.
Okay. Oh, that's not great. That's a 5 plus 7. It's 12.
12? Okay.
No.
And Hazeal, can you give me a that Arcana roll?
Yeah, I rolled poorly, so I'm using one of my magical balances to make that a 10 to make it a
Okay.
15 total.
15 total. You don't think that it's magical. You think that he was using it as an arcane focus.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably like a focus, kind of like my Warhammer is for me.
Oh.
So I don't think it has the innate ability to cast magic itself.
Riz, as
Oh,
you're
hold on.
poking around the body, you'll pat it down, and you'll actually find that there is a wineskin on his hip.
Oh.
It's covered with a layer of slime, like you'd been taking long pulls off of it, and is about half full.
Riz will take a swig because she has not
Okay.
learned her lesson or does not care.
So pulling it out,
You'll
Wait.
you'll hear Aurontiros start singing, "Don't put it in your mouth. Might not be good to drink."
It is honestly, it is a slightly stale rosé that tastes like it's been kind of squoze out through someone's dirty laundry.
Huh. It's alright.
Yeah, it's definitely a dirty laundry rosé. I like that Jen got that.
Oh, I got it too.
All right.
Huh.
All right.
Oh, we gotta keep it on the hush hush that we have this though.
All right. And with that, let's switch over to maps and take a look at what is going on in this dungeon. So the rest of you have a chance to kind of gather up, and if anybody needs to take a rest, now is probably the best time for it. Of course, there is that inviting area ahead of you, that sunken tavern.
Yeah, I think I'd like to go investigate that because I don't actually need a short rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
sounds great.
Oh boy. Cause yeah, Riz was going into the tavern because nothing was there. She saw the door was closed. She saw the
And
stage.
then you got attacked.
And then they got attacked. And then I went to help them. And then I got stabbed by this slut.
Maybe this is where that creature found the wine.
Oh, that's true. It's the
Seemed
tavern.
that way.
But I am probably going to actually sit down this time. If you guys want to search the tavern, I might just pull up a seat over here at one of the tables and let's take a little short break.
I think I'm with you there, Rizira.
Yeah, if everyone wants to take a little bit of a rest, I can wait rather than potentially going off and, starting a new fight all by my lonesome. Hazeal tries not to look at Riz.
Whatever could you mean by that, Hazeal?
And
I don't know.
Aurontiros
I
will
don't know.
very softly play a song of rest for anyone taking this short break.
Is that an extra D6 or D8?
It is an extra D6.
Nice.
Okay.
Do you get that if you don't roll dice or only if you roll?
You have
Only
to
if
roll
you roll
dice.
dice.
You have to roll dice. Okay, that's what I thought. Cool.
Levna's going to roll some dice. Levna's going to walk up next to Riz and hold a hand out for the wine.
Oh, yeah, here you go.
I'm gonna go over to the bar
So-
and see if I can find some more.
Make me an investigation check.
Ooh. Where did I put my dice? Okay,
Yeah, those might be
investigation. Ooh, yeah, no, I get distracted with an 8.
With an 8, you're
An
going to
8.
find that there's like some like degraded, rusted coins, or not rusted, but kind of like oxidized copper coins, bright green, almost kind of mildewy looking, near the bottom of the bar.
I'm just going to ignore those.
So as you're looking around the room, you can see that over along the eastern wall, there is that way out that has been collapsed in upon itself. The ice has since melted after the past hour or so, and the rest of the room, as you're looking around, you can see that there are murals of dancing people covering the walls in various states of... It's undress, but it is that type of Renaissance Michelangelo type of undress where there's like flowing cloth over all of their nudity. The lower southwest half of this room is flooded, which you're wading through. The remnants of tables, chairs, and a bar barely protruding above the water surface. And over along the western wall, you can see a pair of short stairs leading up to a set of double doors. But as you're looking around, you are seeing that these murals have survived the test of time. Many of them have large cracks through them, as if something had struck them or perhaps an earthquake had hit. But the artistry here is exceptional. And anybody else who looks around can absolutely see this. I'd like a history roll for anybody who is interested.
Sure.
Are there Kender people there? Is the question.
There
I
are
think.
not. This is primarily human.
14.
If
14?
Hazel's noticed that Godfrey's wandered into the room without triggering something, she'll go wander over because she's not doing a short rest. So
Fair.
Riz rolled a 4.
A 4?
History.
that's a
You're
24.
a 24.
Sorry, Jen, you're moving down to where I am?
Yeah.
So this is going to be quite up on almost above your chest as you're wading through the water, looking around. But as you are looking at this, Godfrey, you're going to be seeing that these are pre-cataclysm. These are absolutely fantastic representations of the old world.
Wow.
Hazeal, looking at this, you can tell these are absolutely from Ishtar. And would do great in a museum were they to be removed. It would take hours and hours to remove these from the walls.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely were some archaeological study. Maybe the Tower of High Sorcery would like to collect them.
Maybe.
This is pre-cataclysm.
Ishtarian.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. Impressive work. I'm sure some folks would love to study it.
I hope this means we're on the right track.
I hope so too.
What are you guys talking about down there?
They're talking about really old paintings on the wall.
Do any of them have their tits out?
Do any of them have their tits out?
Some of the guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think it's a good sign.
Think so too.
Oh, Levna, could you lift me up? If we're gonna go over there, would you be able to carry me?
Yeah, so long as
I'm
you don't
hurt.
say it.
Is that what?
So long as you don't say it.
She's got to say it.
Say what?
No, she doesn't.
It's in her blood. You would deny.
Yep.
I would be honored to help the Kender Queen across the flooded tavern floor.
Uppies!
So
Right.
You lost your opportunity, Levna.
I don't know how I'll ever live with myself.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
she's very disappointed.
You're going to regret it for the rest of your life, Livna.
I'll just add it to the list.
Do you have a big list of regrets?
Big enough.
Funny, I don't have one of those. I don't tend to regret things much.
We've
Meanwhile,
noticed.
Aurontiros is still strumming on his lute, playing the strings and soothing you all into a bit of a rest. Anybody who wants to go ahead and roll their hit dice for the short rest may go ahead and do so. And that's, oh great, Levna rolled 3 on 2d10. All right, let's roll some more. Oh my god. I rolled 6 on another 2. What the hell? And that's a different, is that just one additional d8? Remind me?
It's an additional d6. For some reason, it likes to complicate things and make it different than the inspiration die.
Oh. D&D wanting to complicate things?
What?
No.
That's fine. All right. So, you take a few minutes to investigate the bar, looking around. Hazeal, since you had not had a chance to look around, you can go ahead and make me an investigation roll as well as you're kind of inspecting the murals.
Try this die that likes me better. That's not great. Oh, slightly better than I thought. That's a 15.
15? All right. Looking around, you're going to see... Actually, do me a favor. This involves stone, so I'm going to give you advantage on that.
Ooh, okay. That was worse.
Okay. All right. So
Thank you, but...
Yes, no worries at all. So with that, you're going to be looking around some of the murals. In the mural behind the bar, you can see that there are these like swirling people, kind of like almost as if like the wind is blowing their gossamer outfits around them, kind of as if they're being lifted to the sky by the grace of the gods, of course. And as you are looking at them, you're going to notice that there's like a crack running through the back of the wall, kind of right behind the bar. And you'll see that there's something kind of sticking out from behind a little piece of broken mosaic. Or less sticking out, more that there's like a shadow that's off behind it. Like a recess.
Can I go look closer?
Yeah, you absolutely can. It looks like part of the tile is broken and can be pulled away.
I'm gonna pull on it.
Okay. Make me a dex save.
Cool. Uh, 21.
Okay, never mind. Pulling it out, you are going to have a moment you hear as this rusty metal mechanism springs out with a dart that is going to just like slam where your finger was. However, the mechanism is old and rusty, and it takes a second for it to activate. Enough time for you to go, nope, and just wait for it to activate.
No,
It
I'm
gnashes a few times. A little bit of the stain of ancient poison still atop the rusted needle. And inside you see a long cylindrical lockbox.
Okay. I'm going to... Can I move the dart so that it's just like not going to poke anyone who like looks in here?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you could actually just take your hammer and probably break it off easily.
Yeah, cool. I'm just gonna do that, just so that nobody gets hurt by it.
Yeah, you're not sure if there's still any poison stuck to it after all this time, but if there is, you wouldn't want to mess with that poison. At the very least, it's tetanus.
Yeah, I was gonna say fantasy tetanus. It's
tetanus.
Worse than dwarf rabies. Worse than
fantasy tetanus.
Dwarf rabies. But yeah, and I'll grab the lockbox.
Okay. It's a small, rusted lockbox that's about the length of a shoebox. It's like a small safety deposit box. And as you pull it out, you can see that it has a really rudimentary lock on the front. Really rusted, enough that you could probably force it with not much trouble, especially with a hammer.
Fair enough. Hey, I found a thing.
Oh?
I'll kind of bring it over to the rest of the group. This was hidden in a trapped recess in the wall.
Oh. Riz is gonna search for some the equivalent of bobby pins.
Yeah, a billy pin. You got a billy pin.
Yeah, I got billy pin.
A Robert pin. Yes.
A Robert pin. Yeah. Do you want me to try and pick the lock, or are you gonna just smash it with your hammer?
I think I can just break it. Might just the lock itself might not have been able to be picked if it's rusty enough,
Rusted
right?
over. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna hit it, and so I'll put it down. No, I'll just hit it.
Okay, just make me a strength check.
Cool. Oh, that's a nat 1.
I was gonna say it's gonna be funny
Okay.
when Hazeal rolls on that one.
So Hazeal just picks up her hammer, and you absolutely smash this thing to smithereens. You miss the lock and just bring it down on the center of the box. The whole thing folds in like a tissue box, and you're going to hear the sound of something very expensive breaking inside.
Oh, I don't think you're supposed to hit the box, Hazeal.
Nope,
This-
my aim was off.
Interesting
Ooh.
technique.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe I should have used a smaller hammer.
The lock is
Yeah.
still on, but the back of it has snapped up at the hinge.
Riz is gonna try and pick the lock just for shits and gigs now
All right,
because
roll it.
Hazeal fucked it up. That's a 21 to pick the lock.
All right. You... To add insult to injury, Riz, you pop it in, the lock immediately opens the second you put the bobby pin in. You don't think that the tumbler's actually set?
I don't think it was locked, Hazeal. Did you tug it?
No. Hmm.
Well, whatever it was, we didn't have it before.
We
So
still don't have it.
really nothing's
Calm
really been
down.
lost.
Let's take a look at the shards.
All right, who
What does
opens
this look
box?
like exactly?
So it's
I think I'll
now
let
it's a,
Aurontiros open it.
it is a crumpled metal box.
All right, well, it's time for my See, this is why Hazeal and I make such a good team. And I'm going to use mend.
I
on
break
the-
things and you fix it.
Yes, yes.
All right, so taking a full minute to cast Mending, you are going to just kind of smooth out the box, and as you do, the box is going to slowly go and reinflate to its original look. As it does, though, you are going to hear the sound of, like, breaking things on the inside as they look like they were stuck to the inside of the crushed lid and are slowly just going crink, crink, crink as you reseal the box.
Famous archaeologist. Hazeal.
I'm a dwarf for a reason.
But yeah, the dwarves definitely have the finesse of the finest crafts.
There's a reason I use a warhammer and not a,
Yeah.
rapier.
Riz is gonna open the box now that it's back to normal and the lock
Not a
is off.
bobby pin.
Riz, inside you are going to find desiccated travel documents written in, you can definitely tell because of the stamps on them, but it appears to, like, looking at it, it's written in Istarian, so you're not able to read it, but you can definitely see there are a couple of old ancient wax stamps on them, and stained ink covered these pages, most of which have kind of crumbled into just chunks at this point, and what was a fabulous pearl necklace with gold inlay and a giant gold and sapphire set pendant. The pendant is mostly okay, but the pearl strands have been crushed to salt. They are powdered.
Oh, so pearl powder. Pearl dust.
Oh yeah, pearl dust. This might actually be helpful for you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure on what, but maybe it's a component for something.
It's typically things
Or
like
just pretty.
Yeah, well, I guess we have a gold pendant, which is pretty okay. And then some dust for you mages.
This will be my finest work.
I'm
Stand
thinking
back.
ahead.
I don't think you're going to be able to mend that, Aurontiros.
How complicated could, well,
I think
maybe
mending
not.
is in the book. I think mending's a single crack, not 1,000 million pieces.
Aurontiros cast Mending, and 2 of the grains will reseal next to each other.
At that rate.
Only like 1,000 hours to go, Aurontiros.
Yep.
We'll come back.
Maybe
after
if I
we
mix it
or
with water and turn it into a paste.
You just turn it into a dough and then Kelara can bake it. And then...
Oh, there we go.
We'll have pearl bread. That's how that works, right?
Yeah, very nutritious.
That might actually end up kind of gritty and not very interesting.
Do you think that stuff will work as protein powder?
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, Levna, after you.
Hey, I can do push-ups. Try it. Give it to the elf. This wine's
Fancy.
practically vinegar. We could mix it in with that.
How long do you think that would take to for you to mend? 525,600 minutes, maybe?
525,000 moments so dear that we'd be losing.
Hmm.
We don't have that time to spare.
Yeah, seriously, we'll have to pay rent if we're here that long.
Well, let's just pretend we never found this priceless, irreplaceable,
We found pearl dust
ancient
and a
artifact.
pendant.
And the pendant.
Yes.
We found pearl dust and a pendant, and it's not our fault that the pearls went to dust after so many years.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yes.
Oh,
They just naturally crumbled to
Yes.
dust.
Oh, look, some
Yes,
doors.
pearls do that.
Yeah. Let's
They
continue.
decompose.
It crumbles, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Everything
Right.
Right.
goes back to the mire at the end.
Moving on.
There's a double door that, like, calls your name from nearby. Awkward
Perhaps we should move
situation.
towards that
Awkward
double door.
exit.
There we go.
Hazel's just like, yeah, I don't want this conversation anymore. It's like, we're just gonna go. She turns and walks towards the double door.
Yeah,
All right.
Riz heads over to the door.
I'm going to also ask if Kelara, do you want some help getting across here as well?
Oh, sure. I was actually waiting to see if you were doing it for Riz, and I was going to ask Levna.
Oh, that would have been. Yep. Oh.
While this is happening, Aurontiros will be like, Hazeal,
Hazel's already walked up without you. Hazeal and Riz are at the door already. There's slosh, slosh, slosh.
Levna.
Yeah, you can give me a lift.
I feel like Aurontiros may be asking for a lift.
Make me a charisma.
He's a very pretty
make,
elven princess.
Make me a persuasion roll, Aurontiros.
I'll come back for you, Aurontiros.
Persuasion.
I think you're good
Why
at
is
this
my
one.
font so small? What was I thinking? Oh, I
Enhance.
can zoom. Enhance.
Enhance! Enhance!
You are correct, good sir. A 16 plus 8 is a 24.
Oh, my elven princess. Leap into my arms.
Don't have to ask me twice.
Oh, you're lighter than you look.
It's the hollow bones.
Oh.
Like a
So
bird.
you can fly.
Oh,
I
come on.
kind
believe
of
he
gives
can
you-
fly.
She
I
kinda gives
believe
you
he
a
could
little-
touch the sky.
Yeah,
That was you, Rizira. Remember?
Was it? Oh yeah, I did fly. Dalamar made me fly. All right.
It's true.
Did you feel like a bird?
I did. I don't know what a bird would feel like, but I guess I could be.
Are we going through the door or what? I'm holding an elf.
We're going
We
through the
can see
door.
if he
Yeah,
flies.
we're going
We
through
can
the
see
door.
if he flies. She kind of gives you a couple of
Uh,
whoa, whoa.
Hey,
Do you want what? Do you want
if he pisses
uppies?
you off, feel free to dump him.
you told me not to say that word.
Oh, good. He's learning. He's learning.
Good. Riz will put her ear to the door and give a little bit of a, a listening.
Make me a persuasion. roll.
Persuasion. Door. I'm
Persuade
going
the
to
door.
persuade you.
Door.
Right,
Can you seduce the door?
You seduce
I
the
rolled
door.
a 25 to seduce the door. I wasted a 19 on that. 25
Well,
to seduce the
this
door.
is the thing with Riz. Like, Riz is asexual except for with doors. Because
Yeah.
they're adorable.
Riz is using that Riz on that door.
Okay, so I rolled a 19 to seduce the door, and then I rolled a 7 plus 10 is 17 to perceive.
Okay. Well, you can use the seduction roll. We'll go with that.
Okay, so the seduction roll would be 29 then.
Okay, so 29. The door yields its secrets to you. You listen to it, and you're going to hear that, you know, it always wanted to be the door of a cathedral or a palace, and it settled for being the door of a tavern, and just is kind of feeling like it's old and spent, but you make it feel shiny and new.
I give it a good, like, little rub right on the doorknob.
As you do, the doorknob will go and will open.
Great.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hair trigger.
I entered the door.
All right. But no, you hear nothing on the other side.
Good. Good.
So, however, as you enter, you'll see that crumbled chairs lie toppled about the room. On the north wall hangs a long stone slab that features a bas-relief depicting dragons bowing respectfully over a large dragon corpse. A dragon skull is mounted on the east wall. An actual dragon skull.
How big?
Hazeal. This one is, I'd say probably like a young dragon.
Okay, so it's smaller than what we saw.
It's about the size, a bit larger than like an ox's skull, like a moose's skull. So like young dragon, not quite adult, but definitely.
But yeah, so smaller than what's her face or the I don't have my notes tonight.
You know what? We're gonna say that it's about the same size as you.
Oh, okay.
So you're about 3 feet from skull to nose, maybe a bit longer.
Well, you got to do the bun, right? You got to put the hair. Adds another couple inches.
That's fair. Okay, so about 4.5 feet.
There we go. There we
right.
go.
Anyone else enter the room?
I will, but we should caution ourselves. With the bones, they animated, and then the walls came after us and possesses. We should maybe one at a time or be careful entering this. Wait, Riz, where are you going?
Hazeal and Riz, I think, have already gone in. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, we've already
Hazeal,
gone
as
in
you
the-
step into the room, can you do me a favor? Looking around, you are going to actually, you don't even need to make me a roll. You can actually see, looking at that relief, that it was carved, and a less than skilled craftsman transported it to this location. This is not made of the same material as the wall. Someone actually brought this here, and not particularly well. And as you take a look at that, the room is suddenly going to flare with green light. Beneath, over at the dragon skull, green flame is going to blaze in its eyes, and beneath it, the incorporeal bones of a phantom dragon are going to appear, and it begins to speak in Draconic. It snarls at you. No one here speaks Draconic, do they?
No, I think
No.
no one in our party does.
But I wanted to try something.
Okay.
So I had an idea after the last time ghosts talked to us.
Okay.
I have no idea what he said or what it said. I want to try and respond in Ishtarian to say, like, we mean no harm, we're just passing through.
Okay. I want you to make me a persuasion roll with disadvantage.
Okay, cool. Let's roll in the actual box. How about?
That might help.
It might. That is, with disadvantage, a dirty 20.
Ooh, boy. What do you say?
I'm gonna. I think Hazeal was walking like with Riz, and so she's gonna put a hand out on Riz's shoulder, and just go, "I have an idea," and say in Astarian, "We mean you no harm. Please let us pass."
And it is going to respond in Ishtarian.
You speak the language. Those who built that degenerate throne upon our graves, who used our ancestors to fuel their ambition. Those whose gods abandoned them, who we struck down. And now you return. Who are you?
Okay, we're not dead yet. That's a good sign.
Riz is gonna like turn back to the group through the door, give him like a thumbs up because Hazel's having a conversation with this thing. So Riz is just like,
Who are you?
I speak with you. I speak with you in this tongue simply because I do not know your own. We are travelers looking for looking to save this place from those who infest it.
Make me one more persuasion roll.
Okay. Disadvantage or?
You can roll this one flat.
Okay. That is an 18 on the die, plus 5 is a 23.
The bones of my kin. Abused. And have been left wanting and rotting since the fall of this accursed city. Farewell.
The dragon will nod its head to you. And the spectral shapes around the skull will vanish. And the eyes will fade out of existence again as the skull goes back to its rest.
Hazel let out a deep breath, just like, oh dear God.
you had the conversation with it. Seemed friendly, right?
No, but it was close enough.
Oh.
It did not like the language I chose, but I managed to convince it that we were not here to harm it or its kin.
Good. That's good.
Well done, Hazel.
Yeah. I think we can move through at least this area without it coming back. Just don't, maybe don't touch anything.
I won't touch anything. Maybe you and I should go first, because then if they understand this old language, then you can at least talk to them.
Yeah. Whew.
Riz will start heading through the rest of the room.
Another set of double doors awaits along the western wall. It's unlocked, and you can easily push through it if you'd like. What's everyone else doing?
I'm going to be trying to approach them, not too close, maybe 20, 30 feet back. Give them a chance to sort of explore, but still be within range if anything goes wrong.
Safety range?
Yep.
All right.
Aurontiros will be behind Hazel, more close than like 30 feet, 20 feet. Just for support. Emotional support elf.
Emotional support elf? That's everybody's favorite.
ESE.
All right. Do you push
Essay.
into the next room?
Yeah. Give a little bit of a.
I'm gonna give a listen, just in case there's not just a draconic ghost waiting.
Make me a
for
perception
us.
roll.
All right. 15 plus 9. 24.
Nice. 24? As you listen, you hear nothing. However, the slightest crack between the doors there, you can smell that old scent of withered paper. It smells like a study. And you can smell bits of animal droppings. Rats, probably. Mice, maybe?
Doesn't appear to be any movement in the next room.
At that, Riz heads through the door.
So perhaps Riz should first go. Oh.
All right, Riz, as you push through, everyone gets a good look at this. This worked stone room is full of laboratory equipment, vials of colorful liquid, glass lenses, live mice in cages. Crowded bookshelves overflow onto the floor. In fact, there are places here where the books are stacked as high as any man among you. Any knight among you.
Oh, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Does this lab have the appearance of being freshly in it?
It does not look dusty at all. And in fact, the mice are alive.
Yeah,
One of them is running on a little wheel.
And the books are well preserved?
The books are, well, they're old, but they're well taken care of.
I think someone's in here. Do we want to wait and see if they come back soon?
I kind of want to look around.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
So what's everyone doing?
I think Riz is gonna start snooping because she's a snoopy kinder.
Yeah. Hazel's gonna join.
If you're going to go looking through the stuff, go ahead and make me an investigation roll.
While they are looking around or whatnot, just going to take the lead and see if there's anywhere else this study goes to.
It does. It looks like there is a small hallway to the north.
Being careful. Going to listen to that too before we start ransacking this place. Well, I can't control the ransacking of others, but I can at least listen on the door.
Look first.
Look, then ransack.
Call quietly over everybody's shoulder. Riz, don't drink anything.
Oh, I've made a song to convince her not to drink mysterious fluids, and it doesn't work. But then again,
I feel like your
maybe
song
she'll
made
listen
it
to
more
you.
fun.
The song made it more fun.
I think so.
It was kind of catchy.
Don't you
But
put it
it's
in your
called
mouth.
"Don't Put It in Your Mouth."
Yes, but the more she does it, the more you sing it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to sing it anymore then.
All right, so what did you guys get on your investigation rolls to search the room?
25.
4.
25? Okay. So looking through, you're going to be seeing that there are an absolute ton of books here, Hazeal. You are going to be overwhelmed with ADHD paralysis. Basically, you're going to be looking at this and you're like, this is rare lore. This is pre-cataclysm. This is a book of magic. This is...
I just start reading one.
Is that a signed copy of The Legend of Huma? What? You just start like flipping through it. Riz, looking around, you are, do me a favor and flip me a coin or roll me a D, give me even or odd.
Even.
Even?
Yeah.
All right, so looking around, you are going to find a book full of arcane sigils. It looks like full arcane rituals drawn inside.
Oh, Hazeal,
Huh?
I found the book of rituals and shit.
What now? Look what I found. Is so interesting. What?
The book of arcane rituals over here. Hello.
She's holding up a book right now, Hazel. You look up and it has a picture of a phantom steed ritual in it.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Aurontiros, you head north and listen at the door. And as you kind of lean in, what's your perception roll?
This one was 23.
23. You are going to hear the sound of bubbling on the other side. Just a... and then a soft... kind of this soft whistling noise echoing from the other side. Meanwhile, back in the hallway, back in the previous room with the dragon, Levna is going to walk past and just do like a big stare down at the dragon skull. Oh. What kind do you think it was?
I'm gonna look at it and see if I can
Make an arcana roll.
19.
You actually think that it was a bronze dragon. Oh, pardon me. You think it was a brass dragon. A brass dragon.
Brass?
So not like Ness?
Well, it's supposed to be one of the good ones, isn't it?
What did it say to Hazel? None of that sounded good.
Yeah, Hazel.
What?
What was that conversation about? What did it say to you?
What?
The dragon.
She's still just like immersed in a book. What dragon?
The big one, the skull here.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what it said at first because I couldn't understand it. But then it said basically that I was speaking the language of the people who they like crushed but were hunting them, and it was very antagonistic. And then I had to be like, I'm only talking this way because I don't know your language. And then they were kind of like, yeah, I could probably crush you, and therefore you're probably fine, and sent us on our way.
Well, that was nice of it.
Right? Very nice of it.
Crazy. Well, enjoy. And she's going to push past the two lovebirds. Where's the princess?
Princess is listening at the door. Someone is using this lab, like, presently.
Huh.
So Princess is listening. And then Riz is gonna continue just, like, sniffing vials. She does not do the science recommended waft. She just nose in.
Nose in. Okay, I want you to do me a favor, make me a Constitution save.
Oh yeah, bud. Let's go.
Oh, let's go, Hoser. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna roll for this to see how bad this is. High or low is good for you.
High is good. And then I rolled a.
I rolled a
14.
13, so this is very bad for you.
I'm going to put determination to make that a
Lucky
17.
number 13.
To make that a what?
17 con.
A 17. Okay. So Riz, you are going to take a sniff of one, and are immediately going to go cross-eyed and fall on your ass.
Ooh.
Rizira.
Like you're going to take a moment, just kind of being like, "You're okay," but whoa, that smelled like smelling salts.
Oh. You know that thing that they wave in front of your nose to get you to wake up? I think that's that. It's potent.
Horseradish.
Is that what it's called?
That's what we use.
Huh.
Remember, you're supposed to waft. Never.
Why would you waft it?
Directly
You're
in.
wasting time.
Continue.
We're just gonna
works-
waft another one.
Okay. Let's
Go
see,
right over it, clasp your hands around it, and just
Okay.
breathe a full breath in.
I wonder what's behind that door.
Godfrey, you say that. What is Kelara doing? Just kind of hanging out with Godfrey on the other side of the door?
Clara's been kind of just peeking in the room, a little concerned that Riz or Hazeal is going to, or Aurontiros is going to trigger something. And she's trying to stay out of range of getting, like, hit again.
On the center desk in front of you, Kelara, you're going to see this tiny white lab mouse just running around on a wheel.
Oh, it's kind of cute. She's
Oh.
going to slowly inch forward because it's cute.
I
It has,
almost
like-
missed you.
It has, like, big red eyes, but otherwise is a normal rat. I mean, that's a normal rat, too, but, like, you know. It's a pale white mouse with big red eyes. Squeak.
And
It's
what's your
really
name, little one? As Aurontiros will cast Speak with Animals.
Peanut.
Sinat?
Peanut.
Peanut.
I'm
Oh.
Peanut.
And what is it you do here, Peanut?
Wheel.
The wheel. And who
Sometimes-
put you in this cage with this wheel?
Nice lady.
A nice lady.
Clara's going to fish out something from a pocket. It's probably something seedy.
As you fish out something seedy from the mass of like sawdust and shreddings that are at the bottom of this little cage, you're gonna see 9 more mice emerge and kind of go, and you Aurontiros, you can hear hi 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 hi. Yo.
Wow.
Clara's
Yo.
going to
Particularly
start
small.
eating them like a pastry or a cookie or something through the...
Oh hell yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Mousy frickin' breadcrumbs. Oh yeah.
Do you know where that nice lady went?
One of the rats is going to kind of point toward the northern door. Live there. She lives there. Comes here,
Okay.
feeds us stuff.
And what makes her a nice lady other than her feeding you things?
I don't understand.
Do you want out of the cage?
No, this is my cage. But maybe.
Well, I'll give you the option, at least,
Oh.
and take the cagey part off, but leave everything else.
It's got a little hinge door.
Aurontiros,
Yeah.
can you ask them if I can pet them?
Oh, the nice lady who just fed you is wondering if you'd like to be touched.
Cookie? More cookie? More cookie? More cookie? More cookie?
Aurontiros is going to turn to Kelara and be like, more cookie?
Pats pockets and finds one.
All right.
She'll hold it out.
One of the mice, the tiniest mouse, is going to kind of like climb on top of the others and spring up to the top where the little cage has been opened and gonna... Oh, hell yeah. It's gonna say to you, Aurontiros. This mouse is like the size of a Daegu. Like, it is like the size of a walnut. It's gonna kind of reach up and like...
I was wondering, have you been into the other room? And
No.
pointing to the north. If we gave you another cookie, could you go to the other side and tell me what you see?
How big cookie are we talking about?
The biggest cookie that you've ever seen.
I ain't seen very many cookies.
At least as big as your head.
Well, shit. I'm in.
Me too. Me too. Me too.
In the meantime, the cookie I'm holding is like 3 times the size of his body.
As you're kind of getting close, Kelara, this little Daegu-sized mouse is going to try to jump onto your arm.
Okay.
It's gonna like it and I need you to do me a favor. Can you please make me a Constitution save? Not to just thrash a bit from the tickling. That's right, it's a tickle save.
I Disney princess that shit and nat 20 it.
Okay. All right, the mouse is going to climb on you. It's going to go down and start eating the cookie and be like, oh.
I'm gonna start like gently scratching its head.
Kelara, could you place our new friend on the door? I've made an arrangement with him to just peek into the next room.
Oh, okay. She's gonna put it on the floor where she is and not go towards the door.
You want me to go in?
I would like that, yes.
Sure enough. The mouse will squeeze under the door. A solid minute will pass of just silence. Well, mostly. Hey, where'd Rattles go? Rattles! 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 Hey, what'd you do with Rattles? Where's Rattles?
Rattles is on a secret mission.
I want to go on a secret mission, get some cookie. Oh, yeah.
If Rattles returns successful, you will all get some cookie. You did it all for the cookie. Yes, a cookie.
All right. You could take that cookie and stick it in my cage. Stick it in my cage.
I will.
Ugh. All right. And then as you say that, you'll hear as the mouse scurries hurriedly back along the floor and then climbs up Kelara's dress back into the hand that has the cookie and will start munching again.
Actually, armor.
Oh, fair,
She's
fair,
not
fair.
wearing a dress anymore.
Fair. We'll
got a
start
cloak,
climbing
though.
up. Actually, the armor's easier to climb because it's scale. So just
Yeah. More little hand
and we'll start. Yeah, I saw stuff.
Is there anyone in the room?
Yeah.
Was
Nice
it
lady.
the lady?
Yeah.
Did she see
She-
you?
Nah. I'm stealthy as fuck.
Excellent. Well, as is promised. And,
She eating too.
What's she eating?
I don't know. Toast. Weird
All
water.
right. Weird water and toast.
Yeah. She's got that screaming water.
Ah. Tea.
I don't know. I'm just in it for the cookie.
good. Well, Kelara, I did promise their family the cookie. The whole cookie, and nothing but the cookie.
The cookie's like half gone at this point.
All right.
Nice.
If everyone else was around to hear that,
I mean, we definitely heard Aurontiros going squeak, 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 squeak.
Yeah, the entire time. And I'm like, squeak, squeak.
Hazel just continues reading books and is just like, Aurontiros is doing weird shit again.
So quite a bit of time has passed. So Hazel, can you please do me a favor and make me a history roll?
Also, Callie, if you want to have Riz accidentally in the time have something, she's probably just
yeah, hold on. I'll roll for your kleptomania.
yeah.
Okay. You're going, anybody who has a passive perception of 15 or higher is going to notice that one of Riz's pouches is moving. It's
So
kind of
Riz
undulating.
notices the pouch is moving.
Everybody but Hazel notices. Because I'm pretty sure everybody's passive perception is above 15. so Hazel-
Levna does not notice as well.
15, exactly.
15? So you're
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
see
yeah,
that, like the pouch is just kind of like shuffling on her
Riz
waist.
will open up the pouch.
Squeak,
Oh, hello.
squeak.
How?
See, you've made a friend.
Yeah, I've made another one. Him and my cat that's in Kalin are gonna be best of friends, probably.
yes.
Why, lady, put me in pouch.
Oh, well, you see, things just kind of end up in this lady's pouch. And somehow you ended up there.
Ah. Okay.
You could probably live there rent-free. Squeak,
What's
squeak.
rent?
Oh, don't even get me started.
Squeak.
Is the mouse okay being in the pouch, Aurontiros?
Yeah.
Okay.
Assuming
Alright.
you don't have any poison in there.
I mean, who knows what I have in my pouch, honestly, sometimes.
Well, shall we go say hello to the nice lady, everyone?
Yeah, the nice lady. So, yeah, I guess so. Did the mouse say anything about like what she was wearing or anything?
I'm not even sure if they see in the same color spectrum as us. Like,
Well, this meant
They
like
don't
if
even
she's
really
wearing
know.
dragon army armor, then we might be in trouble.
oh, let me explain what a dragon is to the mice.
I think
What
the thing
armor
with the
is to
skull.
the mice, and then what an army is to the mice, and then I'll get back to you on that.
All right, Aurontiros.
I got a
Well-
23 on my history check. from forever
Perfect.
ago.
All right. So flipping through this, you are going to find references to a flying city called Onyari.
Yari.
And as you do, you are going to find some more information out, actually. You are going to find out that, well, during a conflict called the Third Dragon War, many generations before the Cataclysm, the hero, Huma Dragonsbane, defeated Takasis and prevented her conquest of Krynn. When the Dragon Queen left the world, her wicked dragon servants went with her. To maintain the balance, of course, between good and evil, most of Krynn's metallic dragons agreed among themselves to retreat to the hidden reaches of the world. Centuries passed, and in that time, the last king priest rose to power in the land of Istar. This religious leader dreamed of an earthly paradise, a pleasure city to reward those he deemed righteous. The king priest and his servants created a giant flying island. He named this aerial city Onyari, the city without sin, claiming that it would be a place where he and his worthiest and wealthiest subjects might cast off mortal weakness and live like the gods. This is the same king priest that brought about the cataclysm, by the way. The king priest and his servants were loath to reveal how they created their paradise, however, and as well, and there's a reason for that. The city was constructed on an ancient sacred site where millennia the dragons of Krynn had gone to die. This is an ancient dragon burial ground. The king priest harnessed the magical resonance of the dragon bones buried beneath to cause the city to fly. When the metallic dragons on Krynn learned that the king priest had desecrated the resting place of their dead, they were furious. Though some of the dragons urged a more moderate path, the gold dragon, Karavarix, refused to hold back. He led a contingent of metallic dragons to the soaring city, intent on forcing it to land. The god Paladine tasked a knight of Solamnia, Xanus Sarlamir, with peacefully ending the conflict between the dragons and the king priest. However, Sarlamir's quest was a dismal failure, ultimately resulting in the knight attacking and killing Karavarix. The resulting battle between the dragons and Onyari's people ended in Sarlamir's death and the city's ruin. The flying city fell apart across the northern wastes, its bulk ultimately crashing in the hidden depression where it is now. Not willing to acknowledge his failure, the king priest suppressed all records of Onyari save for the ones you're holding in your hand. And those who knew of the failed marvel refused to speak its name. In the wake of the cataclysm, the few who remember Onyari at all know it only as the City of Lost Names. And you carry with you the Dragonlance that slew Karavarix.
Huh.
So you're just going to be kind of like sucked into this book, basically. Just like...
Yep.
Well, the rest of us are playing with mice.
Yep.
Squeak.
Yep.
We should.
Hate to burst everyone's bubble, but friend or foe, there's someone on the other side
Exactly.
that
We
may
should.
or may not know that we're already here.
I mean, we've
It
been
hasn't
talking
taken any
pretty
action.
loud, so I'm.
I haven't.
Let's go through the door, and if we can talk to them, great. If they are in
Maybe
service,
we
of the-
all shouldn't burst through the door with weapons drawn.
Riz sheaths both of her swords that she had drawn out.
Or maybe we should. It's a good bargaining position to be in.
Yeah.
Well, I
If-
think
Godfrey?
it's safe to say, or I think it's fairly safe to assume hostility. What with the monster we just fought on the other side. Why don't I go first with just my shield up and
I'll go
with my sword sheathed?
alongside you.
Oh, Aurontiros, you know I'm not I'm going after Godfrey because then I can stab through his legs, if necessary.
Okay, you. All right, you two go, and I'll.
If we're worried about being polite and shocking them, we can always knock.
And as you say that, Godfrey, the door in front of you is going to go and open about 6 inches. Light is going to spill through the door.
I think.
Hello.
Yeah, Riz will follow Godfrey through the door if he's going through.
Cool.
Or,
Levna will follow at the end as well. And as you enter, One moment, please.
I would like to point out, because everybody else has a very high passive perception, Hazeal has not stopped reading to follow.
I'll fix that. Oop. Hazeal continues reading.
Yep.
And Kalara's kind of been like staying back to kind of hide a little bit. Because if they don't know she's there necessarily, she can always maybe be like, surprise!
I'll
Oh.
have my hand open. Just come here. Hello?
As you take a look into the chamber, this chamber is as furnished as a luxurious apartment. Its lamps and stuffed chairs look old, but well maintained. As you enter, or lean in at least, a hooded, crimson-robed figure steps through a door to the east and gives you a calm nod.
Do the robes look very similar to Hazel's?
They do, actually. And as she steps through, you're going to see that she is wearing red robes. Hazeal, you will immediately, when you see them, recognize them as the robes of a red mage. This person steps through, and she's wearing all manner of bones and claws and talons off of these dangling mantles around her shoulders. She has these leather, almost like tribal knit decorations around her, and she looks at you from behind a bleached skull mask.
That's some good fashion right there.
Yeah,
Right?
it's good. She takes a look at you, and in one hand, she is holding a teacup, an ancient bone china teacup.
Hazel, there's someone that's wearing a similar clothes to you.
Riz, say hello.
Hello?
Where did everyone go?
She gives you a calm nod,
Hi.
and with a smooth, surprisingly articulate voice from behind that bleached skull will say, "Ah, welcome. Let's get to the assessment then." She reaches out with her left hand, the one not holding the teacup, and you see that there is a blue gem glittering in her hand. "Shall we?" And then it shatters, bathing the room in bright light. And I think that's where we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.
Say what?
Hello, everyone. We're back. This is the part of the program where we talk to you, the chat. Let's put 10 minutes on the clock. We'll do this till 9 o'clock.
One of my
hey,
favorite
folks,
parts of the chat.
Sorry,
Or
chat. You're gonna see me eating cherries because
in a bowl
it is
that's not
cherry
there.
Season. Oh, I'm pulling it out of the ether. Amazing.
No, it's kind of camouflage. It's kind of like...
It looks really cool.
Does it?
So,
Cool.
folks, I gotta say, the Onyx PathCon games that we ran are going to be up this week. They're done editing. I did them today. I finished the last one. So I just got to upload the mage one, and then they're all up, and I'll start putting them out. I also have to start putting out those Extra Life videos from November, because that's only 6 months ago, 7 months ago, 8 months ago. It's fine. I'll have them out before Extra Life, which is in, oh my god, Extra Life is in a month, guys. It's in one day less than a month. And my game is stupid. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm very excited about that.
I'm excited for mine. I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna lie?
Planning it and reading, and I'm excited.
Have you started reading through that book?
Mhm.
Nice. It's a pretty easy read. You just got to learn how to do hard moves.
I forget when
Excited for Kelly's, but I'm also very excited for Cal's.
when do I forget, when do we get
That'll be
to
fun.
share what is happening?
I mean, we're like, people want to know.
I
Right
was just
now.
gonna
What
ask.
do you want to talk
which
about?
one were you running again?
So you can talk about your own games.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm running a Monster of the Week game, and it's called Mishap at the Mill, because I was driving last weekend or the weekend before and got inspiration by a mill that's near me, and I just suddenly got a game in my head, and I'm like, I'm gonna run this.
Love when that happens.
Mhm.
And let's see. I'm running
Excellent.
a game. I'm not going to tell you what mine is because it's so dumb. It's going to be a surprise. Cal, what's your game?
They Came From series, but specifically They Came From Camp Murder Lake.
I specifically
I don't even need to
dragged-
That's
describe
that. That's
that.
enough.
You probably know.
I specifically dragged a NASA baseball tee out of storage for that game.
I'm going
Really?
Yeah, so I have like campwear.
Oh, nice.
I'm not
'Cause what-
running anything, but I'm in Robin's Mill game, and I'm super looking forward to that.
Quick note, if anyone here is interested, I'm 2 players down on Friday. So there is a game that's being ran by a good friend of mine, Simon, from who's more known for running stuff on the Onyx Path. He has his late night shift, if anybody wants to hop on that. And I also have a spare spot in a Five Nights at Freddy's inspired game that's going to be ran by none other than Awkward GM Corbin. So if anybody wants to be in either of those on Friday, let me know.
That sounds horrifically.
I was just
awesome.
gonna be like, oh, that sounds cool. I'm gonna look at this. Wait, I'm in that one.
You're in that one. Yeah, no, I specifically threw you in that. I'm like,
And then the other one I'm going to be in is I won't say anything about it until they do, but is going to be run by the amazing Precarious.
precarious.
It's going to be very precarious.
Oh, it's gonna be good. I'm really happy. This is the first year
And
where
maybe
we've really
nefarious.
definitely nefarious. Well, we have reached outside of the normal Dork Tales team to try to make this a bigger event and draw in more people so that we could raise more money. We know that it's been like a really hard year for people with inflation and with everything in the aftermath of COVID. So we're really trying to raise the same amount of money for the BC Children's Hospital and the Children's Miracle Network. But it's hard, right? Like last year, we just barely surpassed the year before, and I know this year was going to be less. So we're bringing in more people, and we actually have 28 players who are coming, of which half of them are running games. We've got 14 different games. We're running an additional slot. It got to the point where I was actually thinking of adding an extra day on and making it a 4-day event. But no, I need some sleep at some point. So it's going to be a fantastic event. Hopefully you'll come and enjoy it, and you'll get to see a lot of new people on the channel. There's Dork Tales throughout, of course. Like there's not a single game that doesn't have a few familiar faces for you. But you'll be able to meet some of the folks from Fayfinders. You'll meet Ravnos Archon, who normally runs on McStabber Studios. Just a ton of great people. Polachino is going to be on the channel. It's just going to be great. Kel is running her first game ever.
That I'm kind of secretly excited to watch
First
that
game
one too.
ever, or like me, first game on Dork.
First game
Tales.
ever. Forever.
Ever?
Forever.
Ever?
It's
What is
gonna
that
be a
from, and why do I know that?
lot. That's I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Forever, ever.
Forever. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. But
There
I
we go,
am
thank
for
you.
I am for
eels.
eels. Never meant to.
Meant to make
Make
your
you
mama
die.
cry. I am
I am several fish and not a guy.
Yeah, we know. So that's going to be a lot of fun. What else do I have to tell you? I had something really important to tell everybody. I love you. I always have, and I'm very excited to be here. We're talking about a bunch of other games that are... We got blindsided by some release dates that are coming up, so we were talking about that before we came back from break. I was just like, oh god, I've got so many games I have to run. Oh, that's what it was. Arcos is shifting around, so there is a really good chance. I just have to confirm it with one player. Robin, you are at a bachelorette party, so you are unable to do Arcos on the 6th, which is good because somebody else has like a birthday family thing around then. So we're actually going to be doing Arcos this Sunday, as we were already, but then we're going to hopefully be doing Arcos on the 30th as well. So 2 Arcoses in a row, which actually gets us through the end of Act 1. Which is my favorite little bit. Then we'll have a significant break because we have both a local convention that we're going to be at for 3 days, and then the next week is Extra Life. So Arcos is going to be in limbo for a little bit before it comes back. The other thing is that last week we did not run Shards of Nirn because I was ill. We were going to run Shards of Nirn this Thursday, but it turned out that one of the players already had tickets to go see Barbie on opening night. So we're now running on Friday. So if you were planning on Thursday, it's going to be Friday. And then the other thing is that because of that long gap in August, Mage is going to be taking a break after this next episode, like a mid-season break. And then when we come back from that, it'll run as normal. And then Radiant Citadel, is Radiant Citadel taking a break, or is it just
Radiant Citadel is on the 30th, so it'll be an Arcos Radiant Day. And then I think, I don't know if we have a date in August, so I think we might be taking a month off because we're double dipping in July.
Yeah, so
No,
we will be missing,
because I thought that was the day that I had to make sure I came back from my event.
Yeah, I think Radiant Citadel's running. We're missing a day of Strixhaven though. So we're here next Strixhaven, but Strixhaven on the 15th. We are not doing. Instead, I will do another release of Demon or Hunter or something like that to make it up for the patrons. So I will pay you for that. I will put those forward, because I got to update our Patreon listing, by the way. I was looking at it the other day and it's like, I was looking at it last night actually. And it's like at the $5 tier, you get you get 1 game a month if we run other stuff. I'm like, it's 6 additional games at this point. That's a lot. Plus the podcast, plus the other podcast.
Panic's at the 27th. Right.
So
yeah, and then Technocracy in September is moving a week because my life is dumb in August, September.
We thank you for your flexibility.
September onwards is going to be interesting for Panic. Might depending on how things work. Mm-hmm. It's harvest time.
Look, if Robin, if you need to take a break from Panic, I can run something in the interim.
Mm-hmm.
So take a look at that. We can talk. I could theoretically, run some stuff out of Tales from the Awning Portal for this. I could run some stuff. I could run Golden Vault, Keys to the Golden Vault if I really needed to. Or I could just run more Chronicles of Darkness or something, or some other games that we've been talking about off camera. Wink, wink. Just trust me, I like them. I could run some really weird stuff. But besides that, there's just so much content, guys. Like, it's ridiculous how much content we have coming out.
More homebrew.
What was that?
Right?
What?
What'd you say?
I didn't say anything, but I think I heard more homebrew.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw. I posted in the chat a couple days ago. I noticed a comment on Arcos 2, I think, on YouTube, where someone was like,
sweetest comment.
I am more excited to check out your homebrew game, or I get more excited for your weekly homebrew games than I do for Critical Role, and I'm just like, yes.
I think that our games are weirder. I think our games are I think that the Critical Role world is really, really high quality. I think our games are weirder. I think that we kind of roll the same way like Dimension 20 does, where our stuff is a little more like, what? That's weird. But it was an amazing compliment. So I really do appreciate that. Also, last thing I just want to say is, folks, please support your local writers and actors. There is an ongoing strike right now, and whether or not you understand the situation. If you feel like it would behoove you, please educate yourself on the nature of acting and how expensive it is to be an actor. Because there was a great article, or a great meme actually, that explained it, which is, if you're watching a TV show or a movie and you see Tom Hanks get a beer, the bartender is an actor, and so is everybody else in the bar. And they deserve to make a living wage for their work as well. So it's the strike is not affecting the top dollar makers. It is affecting the people at the bottom.
Everyone else.
Yeah. So that is why we're going to wait to release any of our studio IP stuff until the strike's over. So anything that's on Patreon, like our Alien games that are coming out, are going to stay on Patreon until the end of the strike, just so that we're not producing content that is owned by a studio. I don't feel ethically sound doing that. But Dungeons and Dragons is not. So
yeah. I think I read somewhere that it's only like the top 13% of SAG actors make enough to get health insurance from SAG.
Yeah, because you have to book constantly.
That's a problem.
And
in
it's
the
only
States,
like
that's a problem.
20-something thousand. It's like a stupidly low number.
Yeah, it's
And
26,000 to get healthcare. And it's really interesting if you are interested in like learning about this. I've been going on TikTok, and my algorithm has fixed it for that. And it's interesting to see what people are opening their SAG checks, and it's just like,
yeah.
wow.
I can really quickly point this out. But anyone who's watched, I'll try to keep this under a minute if anybody doesn't want to hear this. But if you ever watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the new one, the bad boy love interest, if I'm not mistaken, you know who I'm talking about. He's got kind of darker skin, real haughty. He went on and shared his earnings from Sabrina. He made $7,000 an episode. And to do that, he also had to take 2 other jobs to be able to afford his rent, because he had to live in Los Angeles to do that. $7,000 an episode sounds like a lot, but it's a 10 episode order. So that means he made $70,000 that year, with 10% to manager, 10% to agent, 5% to lawyer, and then taxes for state and federal. That is
and then union dues, and then like headshots and everything else that comes out of those paychecks.
Yeah, so he probably cleared about $35,000 to $40,000 that year, maybe.
It's on. Oh, sorry.
Please.
It's on Snopes. I had seen a couple of things about it online, but there was the actor who played Zordon on the Power Rangers show, like the original one, filmed for 1 day, and he's reportedly tweeted that he got paid a flat rate of $150 for that, and throughout the entire series of the show, every season that he was in, like nothing else, just $150 and done. Yeah, and he was in every episode.
So thank you, Adam Conover, for ruining big studio money, because that guy has been killing it on the lines. There's a bunch of horror stories right now. Go look. I'm not going to say any of it because it's not my place. I am not a card carrying member, although in another life I would have been, because I do have a degree in screenwriting and had intended to go that way before life changed. So I definitely want to support all of my friends who are screenwriters and actors, and as performers ourselves, like, we're behind you guys. So good luck. Go look up Ron Perlman if you want to hear some great stuff. I'm not going to repeat that though.
Fair.
But yeah. So anyway, that's our little rant. Support writers and actors, because they're not making that much money.
And that being said, don't boycott going to new movies and stuff. Go see Boppenheimer, whatever they're saying. Go see that, because you don't want them to turn that against the writer and actor saying, no, these movies weren't successful. So support your actors and writers and go see the films. Just don't promote.
The basic idea is if you go to a restaurant and order a hamburger and there's no cook to make more hamburgers, that cook is going to have a better chance of getting a better wage from the owner. So you want to make sure that these products sell well. You want to make sure that they're well supported. And you want to put pressure, because you need to provide more hamburgers and more movies and stuff. Yeah, it's an interesting idea, right?
Yeah.
There is a meme going around right now that's saying that SAG-AFTRA has asked that people don't cosplay. However, I have heard from other sources that that is a bad faith argument that was not from SAG-AFTRA. We're just doing the no releasing IP thing just as a general ethical thing. So whether or not that, it doesn't matter if that cosplay call out was true or not, we're just not gonna, because that feels like scabbing to me. If we're creating content for Universal or Fox or something like that, or, you know, you guys get it. You guys get it. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much. I love you big much. Thank you for listening to me talk about this this little bit, and hopefully you still watching. All right, let's get back into game. Oh,
Dragonlance?
it's so hot here. It's so hot. Why did I pick wear thick black clothes?
That's why I have a fan.
It's invisible.
See,
Yeah.
meanwhile, because of my broken fucking ankles, my vent above me is
Get a
on
stick.
open. I tried to find a stick and I can't do it
Where'd you have a
because it's
broom?
behind my desk weirdly. Anyways,
I'm also sitting in a small
chilly.
closed room with a long wig. I'm very warm.
With the stick.
Right.
All right.
With
With the stick.
All right, folks, let's head back into game in a 3, a 2, a 1. Hello and welcome back to Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, here on Dork Tales. The hooded crimson robe figure in front of you holds out her hand, and a blue gem glows, filling the room with this bright radiance. And then you hear the sound of it shattering. And I need an initiative roll.
No.
Oh no!
In the center of the room, a swirling vortex appears. Ooh, nice. I love it when my swirling vortex rolls high. All right, let's check initiatives real quick.
I think mine is at least 5 times what I rolled last session for initiative.
Yeah, you could probably put all of your initiatives together to equal that last game.
No, it would have been less than that.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Levna has advantage on initiative when she's... Why can she never roll above a 10, though? Okay, so...
Tell me about it.
Right? Okay, so I have Riz, I have me, then I have Aurontiros, then I have Kelara, then I have Hazeal, then I have Levna and Godfrey, then I have nobody, so that's good. All right, top of the initiative, we have Riz. Riz, there's... Oh, this swirling mass appears in front of you as this air elemental with an outline that resembles a dragon appears and snarls at you, gasping with the breath of a hurricane.
Okay. I think Riz will how far away am I from the thing? About 10 feet.
You're about 10 feet from this thing.
Okay. So Riz will run up to it, drawing her sword, and make an attack at it. I don't know if this will do much, but Riz does not know.
All right, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Oh boy, shout out to the 2 crew. That's gonna be I think a 9 to hit.
Okay, that's gonna be a miss.
Yep. But I did make an attack, so then oh boy. So
means
in
that
this room, I'm seeing some rubble to the...
rubble to the south along the southern wall, but besides that, some easy chairs, a little sitting area, a little hutch.
Does the rubble look passable?
For you, maybe. Maybe.
Okay.
Let me just double check that. Boop, boop, boop. You know what? I'll say yes if you can make me an athletics check to try to wiggle through.
Okay. Yeah, I will make an athletics check then. Riz will attempt to run through the rubble. As she's saying that, I need you to make a wisdom save as she's yelling to the creature, "Oi, you big pile of gas! Come on, let's pass you!"
All right. It doesn't appear to understand common.
Damn it.
And it is going to hiss. Go ahead and make me that athletics roll.
Yeah, I rolled a 3 plus athletics, you say? Oh, plus 0. That's a 3.
Okay, so you're gonna dive into the rubble and start climbing it, and it's gonna start collapsing beneath you as you pull, and you're kind of doing that running on the treadmill thing.
Oh, well. Cool. That's Riz's turn.
Okay.
Super productive.
All right, it is the air elemental's turn. Your blade lashed out, you ran away. The air elemental is going to come forward and is going to look at what is going on here, and is going to swirl forward and come up between Godfrey and Aurontiros. And I need both of you to make me a strength save.
Okay.
And Godfrey, make yours with disadvantage. I'm using Hurt the More.
All right.
Mishakal, are you there? It's me, Aurontiros.
16 with disadvantage.
Okay. So you are going to be okay.
This is a strength, you say?
Strength.
If ever a time I was to be lucky. I have one
think
left.
I was gonna say, did you use them all or no?
You still got
I
one
almost
left.
did. I have one.
Cool.
The last lucky trade of today.
Okay, here we go.
And
That one.
please, big money, big money. You useless. So that's a 7.
Okay. All right. I could have rolled way worse, though. All right. So it's going to come up and turn into a vortex. Spinning around. You are going to take Aurontiros. That is going to be 17 points of bludgeoning damage. And you are flung backward into Levna. Levna now needs to make me a saving throw. And she failed. So Levna is going to take... Actually, you and Levna are both going to take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. And both of you are knocked prone.
The first one was how much? You said 18 or
18. And
Plus
Godfrey, you're going to take 9 of that.
What kind of damage is that?
Bludgeoning.
Okay.
So you are hurled back, and you and Levna are kind of knocked prone on top of each other. And you're going to slam into the bookcase. The bookcase is going to... and is going to collapse on top of both of you. And Godfrey, I'm going to spend my Hurt Them More to take my action on top of that. Okay. First attack. First attack. First attack. Does a... So an 18 does not hit you, right?
Nope.
Okay, I'm going to roll an air elemental dice, I think.
You have air elemental dice?
Does a 21 hit you?
Just.
Okay. It's going to turn around, take a shuffle out of your position, and is going to punch you for 19 17 points of damage.
Okay, awesome. With the miss that it had, I want to use a riposte.
Riposte?
I can't. Yes, and attack.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Ooh. Does a 17 hit?
17 hits.
Oh, nice. Okay, so that'll be 4 and 6, 10 damage magic.
10 magic damage. Okay. Okay. Aurontiros, it is your turn. You have been knocked prone and are partially under this bookcase. What do you do?
Approximately how far away am I from the
About 20 feet.
sorcerer? Or the
From the
wizard, or
sorcerer, about 40 feet. You can just see her. She is 40 feet away.
Odd question. Misty Step has to be somewhere you can currently see, correct?
Yes.
And I can't quite see into the room anymore.
You can. You're basically prone, so you can see through Godfrey's legs.
All right. Would it be silly to try to help Levna up?
Up to you.
Like mechanically? Like,
I think she has a
because
better
it-
chance of pushing this bookcase off than you do.
right, we're under the bookcase prone.
Yeah, she's definitely stronger than you.
Let's Misty Step out of this and appear as far into the room and as close to that wizard as I can.
So you can appear right next door from the angle that you can see right now.
All right. So it's kind of like in a plume of cherry blossoms. Aurontiros will... their mass will dissipate from under the bookcase, and they will appear next to the red-robed wizard.
All right.
And that is the bonus.
Yep, so you still have a regular action.
As a regular action, let's do... let's just pull the blade and whack her a good one.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an attack roll. With disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage against her?
Yep. She is taking the dodge action.
Ooh. Well. Oh, one of those was a 20. Curse you!
Wahaha.
And the other one was a 9. 9 plus 12 plus 4 is 16.
That's a
I'm
hit.
gonna use... Oh, okay. That is a hit. And a D8 says... 9. 9 slashing.
All right, 9 slashing. You are going to slash through the front of her armor, drawing a bit, well, her robes, I should say, drawing a bit of blood.
And that's all for Aurontiros.
All right, Kelara, it's your turn. So you hear this kerfuffle up to the north.
All right, she's gonna move up kind of by Levna, closer to the door. I guess in front of Levna to kind of peer around the corner of this little hall that kind of jogs out and then up to the door to see what's going on.
There is a giant draconic-shaped air elemental that is in the middle of pummeling Godfrey.
Oh no.
He's getting the wind knocked into him.
Oh dear.
Take his breath away.
Today's the song day.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's Godfrey's
It
least favorite
absolutely
band
This
right
is the
now?
musical episode.
Well, Levna's next to me, and I can see Godfrey. So, Meta Magic, Shield of Faith.
Okay.
Finally, first time.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast cantrip at it.
Okay. Which cantrip? Sacred Flame?
Yeah. So it needs to make a dex save.
Oh god, it almost went off the edge, but that's only a 12. I think. Hold on, let me double check. Am I proficient in dex saves? I always forget to look for that. It does not say, so that's going to be a 12.
Sweet.
I'm a monster. I'm not proficient in saves. What am I doing?
Ooh, even more sweet. That's max damage.
Max damage?
So 16 radiant damage.
Ooh, okay. All right, radiant light is going to flare up in front of it, and it's going to kind of burst around it before the flare is consumed by the soaring wind. And Hazeal, it is your turn, and then the knights are up.
Cool.
It's nighttime.
It's nighttime. I will stop reading my book because stuff is happening. That's interesting. Can I make it to Levna?
Yes, you absolutely
Or
can.
Godfrey, one of them.
You can make it to 5, 10, 15, 20. You can make it right on the other side of Kelara. So you can be 5 feet from Godfrey.
Okay, I don't need to be that far. I'd actually rather stop at Levna. So yeah, I will just go up to Levna, and without asking, I'm going to imbue her sword.
Thanks, babe, she'll say. Anything else you're
Go
doing?
kick some ass. That is everything that I'm doing.
Okay, Levna and Godfrey's turn.
Yeah, just a reminder that's +2 AC to both Levna and Godfrey.
Perfect.
Awesome. And we're tied, eh?
You're tied. You both got 10.
All right. Well, after you.
Okay, Levna is going to push through into the room past you and is going to make her 2 attacks. You're right there, so she will have advantage on these. That is 1 hit for sure. She comes down with her greatsword, smashing it into the side of this monstrosity. Well, this air elemental. Once and twice with 2 magical swipes. That is going to be a total of 4, 10, 12 points of magical damage on the first hit. And 12 points of magical damage on the second hit. 24 total.
Nice.
As she goes into it. And Godfrey, it's your turn.
All right. First thing I'm going to do is use bait and switch with Levna. So Levna and I switch positions. And Levna gets, well, 1 more to her AC until my next turn. But it's still, it's something.
All right.
And then I'm going to attack this crazy tornado thing of dragon air. And I'm going to use my precise strike feat for advantage.
All right.
From the Slamnia thing. And that will be... Ooh, I'm glad I did that. That will be a 17.
Okay, that will hit.
Okay, so that uses up a use, but that's 16 points of magic damage.
Okay.
Then second attack, 26.
That's probably a hit, yeah.
And I'm going to turn that into a menacing strike. So please make me a DC 16 will save. Or wisdom save, sorry.
Or else be...
Frightened.
Okay. I got a nat 17.
Darn. All right. So that's... Oh, damage for that too. That will be another 16 damage.
Okay.
And sorry, I'm just gotta mark off the uses here. That
Totally. Your blade dances through its ethereal form once and twice.
You know what? Let's action surge. Surge. Let's do this.
All right, do it.
That'd be a nat 20.
Oh.
So that's not as much as the other ones, but that's 12 damage.
Okay.
And a 23 to hit for another 14.
Another 14. All right, this thing is still corporeal as it spins around. Riz, it is your turn.
Okay, does the sorcerer lady look like she's, like, concentrating on
She
the
is
casting
not.
of
She is
this?
dodging away from Aurontiros and still got nicked by his blade.
Okay, so she doesn't look like she's the one casting this thing. I'm trying to be clever, but I don't think I have anything clever. Yeah, I think Riz is going to kind of jump on the desk that's kind of right beside the doorway to where the lady is, and she's going to make an attack at her.
Okay. You're going to be rolling with disadvantage because she's dodging.
Oh.
Did I kill a nat 20?
No, you didn't kill a nat 20, but I rolled a 3 for my second one, so I don't think a 10's going to hit.
It is not. You're going to kind of lunge at her
Riz
with your
is
rapier,
woofing
and it's going to go right by the side of her face.
I think she'll do another attack with her bonus action. I was going to do a hide, but I think Riz is a little annoyed that she's not hitting things.
Sounds good.
Disadvantage. 13. I'm gonna spend determination to bring that to a 16.
Okay, I'm going to cast shield. So you are going to slam your blade forward, and suddenly a shimmering shield is going to appear right in front of her sternum where the blade would have found purchase.
Oh, that's not fair.
Life isn't fair.
Riz is still gonna run through to the into the bedroom and with the rest of her movement.
Dive between her robes.
Yep.
Okay.
Through the legs. And then she's gonna start snooping.
Okay. So you'll start snooping at the end of your turn. Hold on 1 minute. Or at the beginning of your next turn, I should say. Let's just roll. Okay, I did not recharge that. So in that case, the air elemental is going to swirl around, and I'm going to switch to my air elemental blue dice. And it is going to grab Godfrey. Not with its first attack, it's not. You know what? I'm just going to hurt them more to reroll that.
Or cancel out the disadvantage.
Is it disadvantage on you right now?
It's frightened of me until the end of my next turn, right? Because it... Oh, no, it passed the save.
Yeah,
right?
it passed its
Never
save.
mind.
Yeah, so the first hit is going to miss.
I'm going to attack it for missing me.
You're going to roll in that one.
No.
Okay,
No.
I tried.
But it was a 3.
Okay.
So that
Getting
means
real sick of that 3.
12.
Okay.
Getting real sick of that 3.
All right, and it's going to try to grab you with the other one. And that is only going to be a 16. That is not going to be enough. But you know what? It's going to take a third action, and it's going to try to grab Levna. And is not going to be able to, as Shield of Faith flares to life, being a bulwark as it kind of swings around, trying to find purchase and slam into you as many times as it can. Aurontiros, it is your turn.
What did she use her turn to like dodge? Is that what
She was dodging from you? Yeah. All she did is she cast a shield spell to cause a shield to go up in front of Riz's rapier.
It lasts to the end of her or the start of her next turn too.
Yeah. So she has a glowing barrier in front of her.
Oh, it's still there?
Yeah.
All right.
This air elemental is in really rough shape, I will say that right now. Bits of the wind are kind of raggedly clinging to it, but it's almost like a cloud that's starting to evaporate.
With the sword in their main hand, they're going to... Aurontiros will extend their... And they were able to hear what they said to Rizira, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, you were.
Because what did Rizira end up saying? It's not fair, or
How rude.
how rude?
Something like that, yeah.
I said that's cheating or something like that.
Life's not fair.
Life's not fair. And pointing with their offhand, they're going to use command the spell
Okay.
on the word down, and they're going to say, "Lay down your arms, and you may survive."
Okay. One moment, please. That is going to be on a wisdom save. That is a 17.
That
I think beats you.
just manages to beat it. And bonus action to yell out to Rizira, I could use a hand, a deft Kender hand, and give her bardic inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
And that's
All right.
Aurontiros' turn.
My hands
pair-
aren't doing too well. I'm missing a lot.
A pair of eyes is going to stare placidly from behind the mask. And Kelara, it's your turn.
Okay, so everything seems like what I just did seemed to hurt it. Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Okay. I guess I'll try guiding bolt this time.
All right, go ahead. Now you are firing through Levna, so it is going to be made with disadvantage because she's basically like filling the doorway.
Hmm.
You could also move. You can't really move into the room without drawing an opportunity attack, so. What's the worst that'll happen?
Cook Levna from behind.
She's been cooked before.
I think she's got some trauma relating to that.
Yeah, she might.
Well, maybe I'll just do Sacred Flame again then.
Okay. That is a 9 on my save.
Okay. That is 9 points of radiant damage.
All right, it is going to shriek. It is still incorporated, but is going to shriek as the sacred flame rises up inside of it. Hazeal, you're up.
Okay, where am I?
This
so I'm
dragon vortex is like whipping raggedly around. It is not.
Actually, based on the map, I don't think I can see it yet.
You can hear it for sure.
Sure, yeah. But I'm going to move to where I can see it, and then pull out a Hazeal special and cast blindness on it.
Cast blindness on it.
I don't know if it'll work, but I'm
Huh.
really low on spell slots and stuff, so I'm just like,
All right, what's my save?
Constitution.
Okay, that's a 12.
That is a fail.
And as you do that, there is going to be a swirling mass that kind of discorporates from where its eyes would be because it is not immune to blindness, apparently.
Cool.
I did not think that was going to work. I'm not going to lie.
I wasn't sure either, but I didn't really want to risk damage from back here, so.
All right. Anything else you'd like to try?
No, that's it.
Okay. Levna and Godfrey, do you want to do an X strike?
Let's do it.
All right, Chrono Trigger style. Let's go. God, that's a nat 1 and a 15. So that will be a hit.
Levna stabs Godfrey.
Levna
They're
cuts
too close
Godfrey.
to each other.
Well, she has advantage, so she takes the better of the two. Okay, so Levna's going to do 9 points of damage. How many does Godfrey do?
18 to hit for the first attack, and that will
Okay.
be a measly 8 points of damage. Second attack, I'm going to give myself advantage.
You know what? No need, as the two of you strike forward, crossing your blades with each other. It is going to discorporate around your weapons, evaporating into air once more as it just vanishes.
Well, that was a breeze.
And with that, the mage will hold up her hands. Enough! The red-robed figure pushes back her hood, removes her skull mask, revealing the features of an elven woman. Forgive the rough welcome, but it was necessary to appraise your abilities. I would like to speak now.
Go ahead.
Hazeal will move into the room if the arrow is gone.
Riz is snooping.
Please, go ahead and do some snoopy.
20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20, you're going to find that there are books in there. There is like a little like dream diary.
She's going to start reading it just because she's curious what mages dream like.
I had that dream again, the one where they come through the window. I remember the
hate
days.
that dream.
The days when we would fly aloft. This is my tomb, though, and I shall remain buried. You will see that there are a couple of magical items inside of there as well. There's a wand that's just kind of like laying on the bedside.
Is it laying there still?
Do you pick it up?
Sure. Riz probably does out of curiosity because
Okay, make me a
she's
will save.
kender. Oh boy.
Or pardon me, a charisma save for this one.
Oh, cha. 19. I'm gonna spend that bardic inspiration that Aurontiros gave me. That's a 6. That's a 25.
Okay. There's a sudden little flash of light that hits you between the eyes, and you have no idea what just happened. Nothing seems to have changed. You still have all your fingers, all your toes.
Interesting.
Have you found quite enough inside of that?
Oh. I was just taking a look.
I don't think you're in much of a position to reprimand us right now after that welcome. You said you wanted to speak. Do it.
So says you, who has invaded my home. But well met. I am Demelin, High Wizard of Onyari. You're not the first visitors my fallen city has seen in recent days. The world that forgot us has been flocking here to the paradise of Istar. I fear that although my home has been suddenly remembered, its lessons have not.
Wait, are you immortal?
No, I'm an elf, but basically.
You're from the city? Before it fell?
Yes.
Were you working with the dragons or against the dragons?
I was one of those responsible for raising the city to the heavens. And in my hubris, I watched it fall.
What's so cool about putting things up into the sky?
Birds are cool, she says, looking you in the eyes very, very, like, seriously.
So that's why they call you high elves.
It's good to know that humor has not left the world. So, I see that you are mostly not with those who have come to the city bearing the Dragon Queen's mark.
No, we're here against them.
Yeah, we're trying to stop them.
Then it seems that our interests have aligned. Now, as I'm playing her. I don't have the voice for this, folks, because I am not a lovely British woman, but I am picturing that she is Julie Andrews. Okay?
You know what's
So-
funny? I was immediately thinking
So
that.
if you can Mary
That's good.
Poppins this up in your head a bit, I'm going to try for that.
Cool.
Okay. Then it appears that our interests have aligned. I am wishing to have all of the strangers evicted from the City of Lost Names, to ensure that it never flies again. I'm unable to take on an entire army directly, however. Perhaps you would like to. I can provide you with
Do you think
information.
we would be successful?
Kelara kind of peers over his shoulders into the room.
I think you would be more successful than a single magi. I'm not certain what these invaders want, but knowing the City of Lost Names, I imagine that it has something to do with the magical resonances here. Perhaps hoping to lift the city again.
I don't think that's good for anyone.
They're
I'm-
looking for a weapon. Do you know of anything that could potentially be what they're looking for?
The City of Lost Names is not a weapon per se, but I imagine it could be used as one, were it to be lifted again.
Is that possible?
Perhaps. The city is built on, well, from an ancient burial ground of metallic dragons. It has great power within it. It has been used in the past for improper ends.
So the entire city is a desiccated graveyard?
It was built on one.
Yes. Quite spooky.
Is that why you're all bony?
Yes. I choose to remember the steps that I took in my hubris.
What's with the mice in the laboratory?
Oh, I just like mice.
Okay, I was just wondering if
I am
you were
still
like...
a red-robed magi. I must continue my experiments, my research.
Oh, otherwise they'll take away your tenure?
I mean, I would hate to get rusty. That said, if you are interested in taking on these invaders, I can share with you their movements, as well as the geography of the city. Oh,
That would be helpful.
That
spot
would
of
be
tea?
wonderful. Sure.
I've been following you for quite some time, so I do have, and over on one of the nearby trays that was not disturbed by the air elemental, you'll see that there are 7 cups of tea.
Kalara's kind of hiding behind Levna at this point and just kind of peering out. She's pretty intimidated by this character. It's kind of starting to get like Wicked Witch of the Woods fattening children up vibes.
Hello.
Just like, I don't know.
You're welcome to come inside. It's much
And
more comfortable in
those-
here than my office.
And those that were just outside your office, you had nothing to do with them?
No, no, of course not.
So they just happened to be stumbling upon your lair?
I prefer to call it a home, but yes.
So we were helping you, really.
Yes, and I'm helping you. Biscuit,
It's Aurontiros, actually.
Aurontiros. Proper
And
elven
your name
I
was?
have not heard in quite some... I'm sorry?
And your name was?
Demelin.
Emmeline. Oh, you've heard Aurontiros.
Of course. Aurontiros is a storied Qualinostin name. I believe I had a third
was
cousin
named-
named Aurontiros.
It was named after the great. May they rest in peace.
He?
May they rest in peace.
I suppose that's one way to refer to her, but yes. Sir, please help yourself to some tea. I won't bite. I've taken off the skull mask. Come on. Spot of tea. And please put my dream diary away. It's quite difficult to dream as an elf to begin with.
Oh. Riz has written in several of her dreams already in there.
Come, I'll show you this. And with that, she will unroll a map at the center of her little dining table. This is the city of lost names. And a full map will appear in front of you, this massive chasm that she has sketched out.
So is that where we are now?
We are here at the Path of Memories. She gestures to the eastern wall. To the south lies the bastion of Tarkasis. In the center, the threshold of the heavens. And to the north, the Temple of Paladine.
Oh, by the way, I'm Rizira. I'm Queen of the Kinder, just to let you know.
I thought the Kenda were anarcho-communists. Things have changed in the outside world since the fall.
You could say I've borrowed the title.
If they were anywhere, the threshold of heaven in the center here. That is where the city's flying magic was controlled. It appears that the invaders have been moving around here. Patrols of soldiers and monsters roam the city. They focus much of their activity on the threshold of the heavens at the city's center. However, they frequently come and go, the troops, from this sizable mansion on the road to the threshold. I suspect it is a command post of some kind.
Is the Bastion of Tarkasis a... Was that what it was named before?
Yes. It was a
So
temple.
You have a temple to Tarkasis here.
Yes, and a temple of Paladine as well.
The city is very old. It would make sense that they would have things we may not have now.
So, is there any other way into the city, or did the soldiers have to come through this way as well?
The soldiers came in through the southern access. Their armies marched inside, along with them. There is a strange one here as well. Some undead creature of great power.
Oh, we're in the right spot then.
You seem surprised. at the Bastion of Tarkissus. Is there something else that you're looking for here? What brings you travelers here?
Trying to stop what they're doing, to stop that abomination you spoke of. Stop them from trying to take over our homes.
So this invasion is greater than simply my home.
They destroyed my home.
Yeah, there's like many different dragon armies. We've encountered the red dragon. We've also heard of a blue dragon army as well, and I think black dragon. I think. Or am I wrong?
You might have heard of it, but you
I know we heard of the blue.
you heard of the blue dragon
going
army
down
from
in
someone.
Sylvanesti.
You said there's a temple of Paladine here? Yes, to the north. Here. She gives like a knowing look over to Levna gives a knowing look over to Godfrey and the rest. Who's that? Is that where we're supposed to take it?
The Dragonlance?
You have a Dragonlance.
Well, I mean, the story said it didn't work, but... So I don't know how much it's actually a Dragonlance.
Tell me about this.
That was the story in the tomb. It didn't work, right? I was very distracted by all the glowing horses and, like, attacking things.
Story in the tomb. Tell me about this Dragonlance.
Well... And Kelara will just divulge that entire episode, basically, in, like, this long, like, slightly rambling, but also just, like, and that happened, and then that happened, and that one, and I had to kill Riz, and then I had to kill Hazeal.
I got possessed by, like, the soft...
I brought them back.
Yeah, I don't remember much of that.
And then we found this.
Demelin's going to have a very strange look on her face and is going to take a step up toward Godfrey. And almost like brushing a bit of dust off of his shoulder, is going to kind of run a finger along the skull motif along the shoulder of the armor. I recognize this armor.
And Godfrey got his armor there, right? That was that. Didn't he say you should take it?
Sir
Yes.
Salazar.
Salamir.
Salamir.
Yes. I thought I recognized this when you entered, but I thought that it could not be. The knight that slew the gold dragon Caravarix. It is his Dragonlance, the one that Paladine cursed?
Well, that's where we got
I
it.
believe so.
Oh, this is not a coincidence, this re-emergence. And yes, I suppose you should seek out the Temple of Paladine to the northeast of the city to reveal why that god has deigned the lance be returned to Onyari. In the meanwhile, you are welcome to use my apartment to rest and recuperate prior to your invasion of the city. I have food, fresh water, as well as various teas and concoctions.
Aurontiros, you know what we should do? You and your affinity to speak to creatures. I think you should, we should ask the mice if they want to work for us. You could send them out as little spies. And that way they could be warning signals if they see people near us in the city.
I would prefer if you not take my mice. A girl has to have some friends after all.
Can we borrow
I
one?
think the city is very, very large, but I mean, did you still have that frog? Uh-oh.
No, I think
Which-
he vanishes. It's sometimes when I like things I pull out of the bag, I think they vanish. Someone else borrows them.
Well, if you're attached to Rattles, oh, one of the small one's name is Rattles. By
Yes,
the
I
way.
know Rattles.
Yeah, interesting one.
Is
Did
that-
seem adventurous.
Hmm. And if Rattles wishes to go with you, he is the runt of the litter. He's should be allowed, yes.
Well, thank you for your hospitality.
Do the towers still stand?
They do.
Well,
One does.
Hmm.
it's kind of standing. It's kind of.
Oh, are you talking
It
about the weird
stands.
thing that was like all floaty?
It's in pieces, but it is mostly structurally intact.
That's it standing.
But in different parts. Am I remembering it wrong, or wasn't like the tower in different chunks and each chunk was like floating?
That was Wakenrith.
That was Wakenrith.
Yeah, I think they mean the.
Oh, the
Tower of High
mage
Sorcery.
towers of high sorcery.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I heard the towers with a capital T.
The towers.
The tower.
Hazeal,
Yes.
the towers originally were not too far from the kingdom I hail from,
Mhm.
but they've been making do.
You are still an apprentice mage, are you not?
Field promoted, but without a test.
Onyari isn't a place for novices. If you're going to continue, you should do so as a true mage. I was a master of the Tower of High Sorcery in Istar. If you're ready to earn your robes, I can administer the test of High Sorcery.
Really? You
I've
do that?
administered it. Yes, I've administered it countless times, and although these conditions are somewhat unusual, I can do so.
Please.
I warn you,
Please.
this could be quite dangerous.
What
I
do we
know.
do, Hazeal?
You probably nothing. This is something I have to go through.
Then rest. And in the morning, we will conduct the test of High Sorcery.
Thank you.
Don't thank me yet, Red Robe. For it has not been proven that Lunatari shines upon you. We will see. You will either thank or curse me before the next day is done. And she smiles at you with a wicked, appraising grin. And I think that's probably where we're going to leave it tonight as you rest up and prepare for your test of High Sorcery.
Ah, yay!
Yeah!
I'm so
Wizard.
excited.
And you just
You're,
can't hide
you're a wizard, Jen.
I'm a sorcerer.
it. You're a sorcerer. All right. Now I have to ask, is
Magic
anybody
user.
else wanting to go through the test of high sorcery?
I mean,
So remind me, is in Kryn, is it like very, very no to use magic without?
It is, yeah. It's like it's like having mutant powers.
I think in older editions of the game, they used to do it that if you were casting 3rd level or higher spells without having to do that, you were considered renegade.
So,
So
I think
that
Riz can
would
get away
mean-
without doing it because I don't think Riz wants that membership card.
Well, and it's also like a couple of cantrips and a 1st level spell, right?
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah,
if
I mean,
Aurontiros
yeah.
wants to do it, Aurontiros has the ability to undergo this.
I think
but
for reasons they, yeah, yeah, they will.
And officially become the apprentice of Hazeal.
it's true. Well, I mean, you would go from like, you would go basically immediately into being a robe of a certain kind.
Yeah.
Actually, they're learning not to run and to stand with their friends. So
Okay. You can
Think
even
they're gonna do it.
multi-class if you want, Cal.
do you know how much I thought about
You can multi-class. Like,
Multi-classing?
what's your int?
Or charisma.
negative?
Negative.
Multi-class
Well, you
into
could multi-class.
sorcerer.
You could multi-class into sorcerer. You could.
It's spreading.
Yeah, you could multi-class into sorcerer.
I've thought about that, but I would be gaining more lower level spell slots instead of
Nope.
higher level.
There's a special way of multiclassing for spells.
Yeah.
You wouldn't gain higher level spells, but you would gain the higher level spell slots, as if like both of your caster levels were combined. There's a different chart in the book, so you could upcast your spells to higher levels. We can figure it out.
Yeah, we'll show you the
I
chart.
didn't know
Yep.
that. I thought it would be like level 1 sorcerer, level
It
2,
used to be
and-
in previous editions, but this one they tried
Yeah.
to.
Yeah,
make it
there's
elements.
a whole chart where it's like if you have this kind of spellcaster, like the primary spellcasters gain full levels on the chart, and then the other spellcasters gain half levels and stuff like that, right? So
Yeah. So, but yeah, you can
Yeah.
also just stick with Bard, and like Bard is
It's true.
magical enough that you'll be a weird wizard, but you'll be a wizard.
Okay.
You might have to go shopping
Okay.
online for a robe though.
Ooh.
I will check how much it is to buy you a robe right now.
I think we
Or
got.
Okay,
if-
I had no
Black
idea
robe.
how the multi-classing worked, so that changed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, or if Aurontiros is thinking like, about actually starting the process, it could be like an official apprentice, right?
Yeah, you can do either.
Depends how he feels or how they feel about it.
There you go. So, folks, thank you so much for tuning into this episode tonight. We have a lot to talk about, and we're going to be pressing forward when seeing what people are going to be doing. Now, next episode is going to be a more Hazeal-focused episode, but I'm going to rewrite this part of the module so that it does incorporate everyone in the spirit of things. Now, if Aurontiros wants to take the test as well, can you please let me know by tomorrow, maybe, like out of character, so that I can plot a little better.
It's a yes, regardless of the mechanics of
Okay.
multi-classing.
Nice.
Just because I'm not sure, Cal, and I just want to be clear on this. Technically, if your character goes into it, they could technically die, except in the module, it's probably like
It's
nerfed
a little
against that a little more.
It's a little, yeah, you're probably not. You might die.
Let's all
um,
die.
That's
Well,
fine.
was gonna
I
kinda
also
poke at them. I think a little bit also of like, am I supposed to do that? What if it's god magic?
God magic doesn't count.
Oh, okay, excellent. You guys can have the death-defying test then.
You just
I'll
got
just
your
try and kill
divine
you afterwards.
sugar mama.
you guys are gonna have to tell Riz that she can't do this because she's just curious. So you will have to just hold her back to not do this.
Everybody can watch.
Well, yeah, but that's not fun for a Kendra to watch.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah,
No,
Ender's-
we watch and we heckle. And we make commentary on what they're doing.
Oh, I could do that.
That's the fun part. That's how you do any sporting event, really.
It's true. All right. So, folks, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen. We'll be back next week. In the meanwhile, don't forget that we have Shards of Nirn this Friday. We have Dreams of Arcos on Sunday. I think we have something else on Sunday too, don't we? We got tons of stuff coming up, guys. Like, be sure to check our schedule and come back for all of the fun games. Also check YouTube if you want to watch more of our past games. I need to thank all of our friends over on Patreon who helped make this stream happen. So without further ado, thank you to our divine producer, my mom. Thanks, Mom. To our demonic producer, Precarious, who you can see every Friday night on his own channel, twitch.tv/Precarious, or on our upcoming Extra Life charity stream. He's going to be running and playing some games there. Thank you to our Wizards of the Patreon, who have already taken their Testify Sorcery, Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Ink Goblin, and Eddie Isaacs. Determine which color robes they are at your peril. And to our High Council of the Patreon, I need to thank Taryn, Buddy, Amberthist, Cubby Gummy, Raven with Baubles, Karasha Urquhart, Chef Eladeth, Larouk, Sorcerer Sanguine, Mike Baxter, and Kalin Whitebeard. I love seeing you all in the chat. I cannot thank you enough for all of your support. Also, a big thank you to our sponsor for the night, Bookwyrm Games. Go to bookwyrmgames.com and use code DorkTales to save 10%. And with that, I want to say thank you so much, everybody. Have a great night.